Hello, Northwest Georgia. Welcome to Your Weather on North Georgia Television. Today will be partly cloudy with a high of 90 and a low of 64. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible overnight. And now for a look around the region. Calhoun, 70 this morning. Expect a midday temp of 83, then cloudy and a high of 89. Chatsworth starting at 69 this morning, 81 at noon, and a high of 87 with more clouds throughout the evening. Chickamauga, 72 this morning with 82 around lunchtime and an afternoon high of 88 with clouds throughout the day. Kahara, temperature at 69 this morning with a midday temp of 81 and a high of 87, cloudy skies throughout the day. Dalton, mostly cloudy skies this morning, temp of 73, 82 by noon, and an afternoon high of 88. Fairmount, 70 this morning with a midday temp of 82 and an afternoon high of 88 with clouds throughout the day. Fort Oglethorpe, 72 early this morning with a midday temp of 82 and a high of 88 with clouds. Lafayette has 73 for this morning, 81 by noon, and 87 is the expected high. And Ringgold starting today at 71 with a midday temp of 81 and an afternoon high of 87, clouds during the day. And now for your 7-day forecast. Wednesday, partly cloudy with thunderstorms possible throughout the day, winds light and variable. Thursday, partly to mostly cloudy with possible showers and a high of 90. Friday, partly cloudy with an afternoon shower and thunderstorms, a high near 91, and more clouds in the evening. Saturday, scattered thunderstorms throughout the day, mainly in the afternoon, a high near 90. Sunday, more scattered thunderstorms throughout the day with light winds and a high near 90. And Monday, partly cloudy skies with thunderstorms possible, high above 90. And next Tuesday, partly cloudy in the morning with scattered showers in the evening with light winds and a high of 91. And that is your weather forecast. Whatever the weather, North Georgia Television hopes you have a blessed and beautiful day. And now for the local obituaries. Miss Johnny Ruth Goddard, age 89. Johnny R. Goddard of Pleasant Grove Community, Dalton, passed away Saturday, June 22nd at Hamilton Medical Center. A memorial service will be held Saturday, July 6th at 2 p.m. at the Pleasant Grove Chapel of Julian Peoples Funeral Home with Reverend Bill Walker officiating. The family will receive friends at the funeral home from 12 noon until the service time at 2. Miss Julia Kathleen Hasty, age 87. Julia Hasty of Rocky Face, Georgia, departed this life Saturday morning, June 22nd, at Hamilton Medical Center. Service to celebrate the life of Miss Kathleen Hasty will be held Tuesday, June 25th, 2 p.m. from the Lakeside Baptist Church, Rocky Face, Georgia, Brother Clyde Painter and Brother Scott Hobbs officiating. She will be laid to rest at Fairview Baptist Church Cemetery. The family will receive friends at Ponders Melrose Chapel after 11 a.m. Mr. Frank Coven, age 74. Frank Coven of Rossville, Georgia, passed away on Friday, June 21st. Survivors and funeral arrangements will be announced at a later date by Willis Funeral Home, Dalton, Georgia. Ellen Frances Walden, age 78. Ellen Frances Walden of Dalton passed away Thursday, June 20th. A memorial service to celebrate the life of Ellen Frances Walden will be held at 4 p.m. Saturday, June 29th at the Chapel of Dalton Funeral Home. The family will be receiving friends for visitation from 2 p.m. until the hour of service. Beatrice Walls, age 89. Beatrice Walls of Chatsworth passed away on Saturday, June 22nd. Funeral service to celebrate the life of Beatrice Walls will be held at 2 p.m. Tuesday, June 25th from the Chapel of Jones Funeral Home of Chatsworth with Frank Lloyd officiating. Burial will be in Holly Creek Cemetery. Gregory Pallome, age 56. Gregory Pallome of Dalton passed away Friday, June 21st at his home. The memorial service will be held Tuesday, June 25th at 7 p.m. at Central Church of Christ with Brother Ross Jordan officiating. The family will receive friends at the church on Tuesday from 5 p.m. until the service hour at 7. Mr. Ricardo Perez Padilla, age 77. Ricardo Perez Padilla of Dalton passed away at Hamilton Medical Center on June 20th. Arrangements will be announced later by Sean Chapman Funeral Home of Chatsworth, Georgia. Mr. Buford J. Burl Wilson, age 79. Buford Wilson of Sonoraville Community died Sunday at his residence. Funeral arrangements are incomplete and will be announced later by Max Brannon and Sons Funeral Home. Miss Mary Lee Knight, age 99. Mary Knight of Calhoun died peacefully early Sunday morning at Advent Gordon Hospital. Funeral arrangements are incomplete and will be announced later by Max Brannon and Sons Funeral Home. And those are your local obituaries. Stay tuned for your local news.
Good morning, Northwest Georgia. I'm Aaron Scott.
And I'm Adam Scott.
And welcome to your local news. We are your news covering Whitfield, Murray, Gordon, Walker, and Catoosa counties. Thank you for joining us. Coming up in the news today, Representative Casey Carpenter receives Guardian of Small Business Award. A UGA project finds many poor people suffering in Georgia. Summertime yields higher rate of injuries in children. Dalton Artist Mural celebrates women's strength. Commissioners move forward on plan to move part of State Route 201 out of Tunnel Hill neighborhoods. New 2019 Ugly Dog Award, and one suspect found in the Evie the Bobcat case. How your family could be on the TV show, wife swap, and upcoming area events.
First up, NFIB, the state's leading small business advocacy organization, recognized Representative Casey Carpenter as a guardian of a small business as part of its annual Georgia Small Business Day luncheon in Atlanta. The Guardian of Small Business Award is the most prestigious honor that NFIB bestows on members of the legislature in recognition of their efforts to support small business issues. Carpenter, a restaurant and brew pub owner from Dalton and NFIB member, represents the 4th District. Nathan Humphrey, NFIB State Director for Georgia, said that the Representative Carpenter is strong, consistent voice for Georgia's small businesses. Carpenter sponsored House Bill 353, the Staged Accident Insurance Fraud Bill, and supported NFIB's position on critical issues such as tax relief and legal reform. Humphrey said Casey Carpenter has proven time and after time that he understands the challenges facing Georgia's job creators and that he will do everything he can to promote and protect the right to own, operate, and grow their small businesses. I think that's great.
Oh, no, a big congratulations to Casey. That's great news for him. Next up, a University of Georgia researcher says life has gotten worse for people who remain in poverty in Clark County. Grace Bagwell Adams, a professor in UGA's School of Public Health, said the recent economic expansion helped some people in the county to escape poverty. More people are employed now than 2 years ago. But she said more people lack health insurance now than they did 2 years ago. Adams is partnering with the local school district government and other agencies on the Atlanta Wellbeing Project. The Athens Banner Herald reported the project aims to gather information about families in the community and find ways to help them. Adam recently gave the first public presentations on the first round of results that came from the surveying families across Athens. Researchers asked questions about topics such as health education, civic vitality, and community safety. Poor people bear a number of burdens: limited access to health care, limited access to quality child care, for most of the poor, housing costs that strain family budgets. Adams told Athens Clark County commissioners. Many in Athens are extremely impoverished. Adams said half of them have incomes less than half the federal poverty level. She said 70% are housing burdened, meaning that they have to pay 30% or more of family income for housing. Affordable housing isn't just a problem of the poor, though. Many above the poverty level in Athens are also housing burdened, she said. The commission has been planning a prosperity package to aid families in poverty. The Athens newspaper reported commissioners and Mayor Kelly Gritz have set aside $4 million in the upcoming 2020 fiscal year budget to help the poor.
I think that's great, and I do think that there's a problem with housing. I do not think there's enough affordable housing for anyone, especially the elderly.
No, there's not. There's not enough affordable housing anywhere. It's a big issue all over the country.
That's a fact. Next up, summer is usually known as a season of fun, and it can be perfect for outdoor activities for the kids, but it can also mean an increased risk for dangers. Doctors call it trauma season, reported News Channel 9. It's a time when children statistically suffer more injuries, particularly traumatic ones. Doctors at the Children's Hospital at Erlanger say they see hundreds more patients during the summer. Shelley Murphy, an MD for pediatrics, said that the kids are jumping on their trampolines, swimming, and they want to go ride on their ATVs and their bicycles and things like that. They're out being more active and therefore at more risk of being hurt. That's why people at Coolidge Park need to be extra careful between the months of May and September. When accidents are more common, heat exhaustion and dehydration are two other issues, where kids just don't realize they need to take a break and drink some water. A fairly simple solution for these problems of close adult supervision. Dr. Murphy said when around water, safety is about having a person watching the children to prevent drowning. For example, the people who are designated watchers during that time needs to stay off their phones and stay solely focused on the kids. So while it's the perfect time of year to go swimming or biking, safety has to be a priority, and that's a great point to make, and also the point of hydration. Drink your water, drink your water, drink your water.
Stay hydrated. And I actually think the kids need to be outside more anyway. I think that's part of the issue.
They need a little few scrapes and bruises.
Yeah, this is good for you. Next up, what have you survived? Charles Oliver began a report for the Daily Citizen News. Those words are at the bottom of a mural at the woman-only Showrow Camp at the recently concluded Bonnaroo Music and Arts Festival in Manchester, Tennessee. The mural was painted by Dalton artist Ruth Park, who recently returned from the festival. Park said women would go up and write on the mural and pour their hearts out about some pretty horrible things they had gone through and survived. And they would write about how they had healed and were ready to take on the world. Bonnaroo is a 4-day music festival and arts festival that has been held in 650 acres, about 65 miles southeast of Nashville each year since 2002. At Bonnaroo, you have different camp, Park said. They have family-roo, solo-roo, and all sorts of roos. She-Roo is for women, and it has self-defense classes, yoga, meditation, and nutrition courses. She-Roo was looking for a woman's empowerment type of morale, so Park submitted a design. She was hired to paint the mural and went up earlier this year to work on it. She said it was the first time she's done such interactive artwork. Park studied sculpture at the City College of San Francisco, but she said she began to feel led to painting instead. She is currently pursuing a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Painting and Drawing at the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. One of her next major projects will be a mural in downtown Dalton commissioned by the 2018-2019 Leadership Dalton Whitfield class that she plans to begin in July. Allison Coker, project manager of Believe Greater Dalton, which is part of the project, said the plans call for the mural to be on the building on the northeast corner of Hamilton Street and King Street. You can see more of Park's art on Instagram at RuthPark_art.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. No, I love that. I love that we're doing a little bit more downtown to spice it up.
I think it's necessary. Next up, some Tunnel Hill residents say tractor trailers coming through the neighborhood have left deep ruts on the side of Varnell Road and torn up their yards, reported Charles Oliver for the Daily Citizen News. The trucks are coming through the neighborhood because Tunnel Hill Church Street and Varnell Road run concurrent with State Route 201. State Route 201 starts at intersection with State Route 136 and runs about 12 miles east through the Mount Vernon community in Rocky Face before intersecting with U.S. Highway 41, U.S. Highway 76, State Route 3. The four highways then run concurrent north to Tunnel Hill, and Tunnel Hill, the other three highways continue north, but 201 turns right onto Tunnel Hill Church Street, then turns left onto Varnell Road and continues north about a mile before making a hairpin turn east. It then runs past Northwest Whitfield High School, New Hope Elementary, and New Hope Middle School, ending at the intersection with State Route 2. As 201 goes through Tunnel Hill, it passes through several residential neighborhoods and past 3 cemeteries and 2 churches. Tunnel Hill City Administrator Blake Griffin said that when they built 201 in the 1960s or maybe early 1970s, they probably didn't envision the amount of traffic that would be coming through today. Whitfield County Engineer Kent Benson said 3,600 vehicles travel that stretch out 201 each day. The Whitfield County Board of Commissioners recently approved several items that will advance a plan to move 201 out of those neighborhoods. That plan, which will be funded by $6.85 million from the 2015 Special Purpose Local Options Sales Tax, the SPLOST, will build a new stretch of road about 1.2 miles north of Tunnel Hill Church Street that will connect 201 to U.S. Highway 41.
I think that's actually a vital part of the community.
It'll
That needs to
definitely
be
eliminate some
taken
traffic.
care of. That'll be nice. Next up, here's a piece of news from the Creative Arts Guild in Dalton as the Guild looks back on the 2018-2019 school year. Guild officials recognize the Owen Jonas Foundation, which in cooperation with the Guild continues its artists in residence programs. Foundation supports in-school residency programs, placing artists at all schools in the Dalton, Whitfield, and Murray County systems, including non-traditional schools. The Jonas Foundation is the only organization in Georgia that totally concentrates its efforts in bringing talented artists into our school systems at no cost to the students. The foundation is committed to helping all students achieve their full potential. Research shows that child's full potential develops when education includes the arts. 3 artists among the O.N. Jonas artists in residence who participated in the 2018-2019 school year are Noah Stokes, the Piccadilly Puppets Company, and Paula Plott-Gregg.
Stokes, best known for his sports portraits and caricatures, paints in a realistic style, but often using exaggeration as a tool to enhance the personality of his subject. He works mainly in acrylics and oils on occasion. His caricature work has commercial appeal, and therefore he is also very familiar with the digital drawing and painting. His technique is simple, often using layers, washes, and limited palette. The Piccadilly Puppets Company has been providing performances since 1969. Awarded the UNIMA Citation for Excellence in the Art of Puppetry, the group has performed at regional, national, and international puppetry festivals and at the International Children's Festival at Wolf Trap Farm. The company includes several professional puppeteers with extensive experience in working with children in educational settings. Local artist Paula Plott-Gregg provided an art lesson to each 4th grade class in Whitfield County Schools based on the book The Day You Begin. She is a native Daltonian who began with her formal artistic career in the local textile industry. Her work as a fine artist became known in the area after she completed residential and commercial murals. Her work includes commissioned paintings, portraits, custom designed jewelry, fork art, and commercial contract carpet design. That's a skilled person, oh my goodness.
No, that is awesome. Then contests we read about to tell you it isn't about beauty. Instead, these 4-legged dominos compete on their lack of cuteness, all in effort to win the title of World's Ugliest Dog. The competition rough, 19 dogs battled it out for the crown before a winner was selected on Friday at the Salmon Marion Fairgrounds in Adventure in Pintula. This year's winner, Scamp and Tramp, is a former stray with a messy mane that no amount of conditioner can calm. According to his official biography, which features a picture of the pooch with his tongue extended and unruly tresses covering one of his eyes, his owner, Von Moronis, said that she rescued Scamp at the last hour from a Los Angeles animal shelter and has no regret about it at all. Scamp has been a pet therapist for 7 years, serving at the Sebastopol Senior Center and bringing his brand of ugly to help those in need. He also volunteers weekly to listen to his first graders' stories. In addition to bragging rights, Scamp has also won a trophy and $1,500, which will be matched in the donation split between the Humane Society and Salmon County Angeles Fund. In comparison, without borders, and that's awesome. We love a good ugly dog.
We love all dogs, Aaron. That's a fact. Next up, we have an update on the strange disappearance and return of Evie the bobcat. One of the suspects behind the escape of a bobcat from a local nature center told police it was a drunken mistake, according to Mark McKnight, president of Reflection Riding Arboretum and Nature Center. He is 21-year-old Caden Melia. A second suspect has not turned himself in yet. A spokesperson for the police department says he has until July 14th to do so. McKnight said a Chattanooga investigator called him Monday, saying Melia confessed. It happened not long after Evie returned home. McKnight says the theory is that Caden Melia arrived at the center by kayak, jumped the fence, and broke into the enclosures. But he says Melia told the police he did not intend to hurt any of the animals. 21-year-old was cited of Lenu and of arrest for vandalism and criminal trespassing. But he didn't act alone. McKnight said Caden apparently did not name the other person that was with him, so there's still another person out there that he would like to see brought to justice. As Evie readjusts to her permanent home at the center and regains her strength, McKnight says they hope to use what happened as an example and caution to the public. He said the underlying message is that it's not okay to endanger an animal's welfare and that the community and the Nature Center's members and supporters really take this seriously. He ended up by saying in rewarding the tipster who came forward and helped find Evie, he says that the person will be given $500. That's awesome.
I'm glad Evie made it back home. She should not have been in the wild. She was not prepared for that at all.
I don't think so either.
And then have you ever wondered if the grass is greener on the other side of the fence? Would you like to see what you can learn from a family that is different from your own? Do you ever feel like you need a break from your family because you're underappreciated? Do you feel like the world can learn something from your own unique and amazing family? If so, you could be on TV and take home some money for your efforts. The hit TV show Wife Swap is looking for modern families living in Georgia to be a part of a new season. Chosen families will receive $10,000. Interested parties must be 18 years of age or older with 2 parents and at least 1 child. If you're interested, email your name, phone number, and photo to wifeswaptvcasting@gmail.com. And this is one show that just can't get enough of. It's hilarious.
It is great, most definitely. And now for other upcoming area events and bulletins. In Rome, hear live music from local singers and songwriters while you enjoy your lunch under beautiful sky. Grab some friends, some lunch, and go downtown to the Brown Bag Concert Series. Every third Tuesday at Rotary Plaza from 11:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Sponsored by the Mohawk Carpet Foundation, the Gym Theater in Calhoun is offering free movies each Thursday, 10 a.m. through July 18th. Although there will be no movie on July 4th, the remaining lineup is as follows. June 27th, Mary Poppins. July 11th, Smallfoot. July 18th, The Lego Movie. The gym is located at 114 North Wall Street in historic downtown Calhoun. After that, the town of Cohutta and the city of Varnell will host a fireworks show on July 4th. There'll be live music, food vendors, space painting, and more fun. The fun starts at 4 p.m. and the fireworks show will start at approximately 9:30 p.m.
And next up, we have Keith Dalton Whitfield Beautiful invites everyone to join them for the next Turn Up Cleanup on June 28th at 6:30 p.m. They'll be meeting at the Burke Performing Arts Park in downtown Dalton. Help clean up downtown and then celebrate with music by Jerry Navarro's Old School Motown Review for free. Afterwards, the Dalton Whitfield Solid Waste Authority will be making guitar picks and instruments out of recycled materials. And then we have the Friendship House 2019 Music Festival is set for Saturday, August 24th from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. Jupiter Coyote will headline this, the area's largest music festival on the Shaw Industry stage at Dalton Green. Cynthia Wilson will EMC. The public is invited to experience a variety of music genres. There will be food trucks, beverages, and activities for all ages. Dalton Green is located at 117 North Salvage Street in downtown Dalton. It looks like we're running out of time here today. We hope you enjoyed this news from WDNN. And I'm Aaron Scott.
I'm Adam Scott.
And remember, stay classy.
Say it and play it. Search the VidLink catalog using voice control in just a few quick steps. First, launch the VidLink app. Second, hold the select button for 2 seconds. Third, when the search screen appears, hold down the microphone button. Fourth, speak your search request. Select your content and enjoy. Say it and play it. So easy from VidLink, your new digital entertainment experience. Make the right call. Sign up today.
Hi, I'm Judy Elliott, inviting you to join me on Lifestyles for Women show on WDNN TV. This year brings exciting new topics that women like to discuss or just know more about. Subjects like ways to look and feel your very best, travel, family, health, and sometimes just fun girl talk. It's always exciting, and we invite your suggestions. Just message me on Facebook at Lifestyles for Women, or for more information or to watch us online, visit WDNNTV.com, Lifestyles for Women.
While the word cancer can strike fear at the deepest level of our souls, in the case of skin cancer, the prognosis is very good. Basal cell and squamous cell carcinomas are the most common and are not normally included in cancer statistics.
Our office specializes in the diagnosis and treatment of skin cancer.
If you're concerned about a mole or freckle that may be changing, give us a call. Most treatments can be performed in our office in about 15 minutes with very little discomfort.
I am Ron McKinney, pastor of Kinsey Drive Baptist Church in Dalton, Georgia. KDBC has been the birthplace of several Christian organizations. It was the birthplace of Christian Heritage School 30 years ago, and through the Academy of Fine Arts, Labrie Symphonic Orchestra was founded by KDBC members Gene and Betty Lindauer. The ministry of KDBC reaches around the world with the missions of To Every Tribe Ministry, and I was a founding member of North Georgia Fellowship of Christian Athletes in 1992. Majesty is the longest running television program on North Georgia television. For 28 years, we have faithfully proclaimed the doctrines of grace. Kinsey Drive Baptist Church welcomes you to visit at 2626 Kinsey Drive on Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Our website is kinseydrivebaptistchurch.com. To God be all the glory.
Hi guys, I'm Connie Hall Scott, and my show, The Talk with Connie, is right here on North Georgia Television, and I hope you'll join me and my very, very interesting guests as we dish on, well, just about everything. Meet local and regional entertainers, newsmakers, motivators, and all kinds of ordinary people doing extraordinary things. Enjoy man-on-the-street interviews, hot topic discussions, and even the occasional game or prank. It's all about community and getting to know each other. My goal is to entertain, educate, and stimulate, so join the talk for a new episode every week.
First Bank of Calhoun and First Bank of Dalton are proud to serve our communities, providing the products you need plus the personal service you expect from your hometown bank. We offer the latest technology, like customized instant-issue debit cards, InstaPay, and more. And with our experienced First Elite bankers, switching to First Bank has never been easier.
Stop by and see what sets us apart.
First Bank of Calhoun and First Bank of Dalton, your bank for life. Member FDIC.
This message is for all Americans that owe $10,000 or more in back taxes to the IRS. Call the number on your screen now and we will contact the IRS on your behalf. Help you end wage garnishments, stop collection calls, remove tax liens, eliminate IRS and state tax penalties, and reduce the amount you owe if you qualify. Let us take the stress of back taxes and the IRS off your shoulders so you can spend time on the important things in your life, like your family or your business. If you owe more than $10,000 in back taxes, call now. Find out how we can help you.
Georgia is now a hands-free state. That means you can't have a phone in your hand or supported by your body if you want to talk on your phone while driving. Even with hands-free, text messages, emails, and social media are still against the law. Parking your phone while your car is in drive could save lives, maybe even yours. For more information, go to headsupgeorgia.com.
Sap and Aaron Scott, and we're going to be talking about some fun stuff. Welcome, guys.
Good to be here. Good morning.
First of all, Adam and Aaron, you just saw on the news, and they just popped right over to our set, and they're going to be talking with Dana and myself about some things. Well, first of all, I want to say Happy National Strawberry Parfait Day.
Oh, you guys like parfaits, huh?
I like it. Well, I was actually going to bring in some parfait for everybody in the building today to celebrate, but I got called in a little bit earlier and just didn't have time to drive through McDonald's because, frankly, that's the only place I could think to get it that fast. And so you didn't like that idea anyway, right, Aaron?
No, I'm not a big fan of McDonald's parfait specifically because that's where you were going, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no thank you.
And what's your reasoning?
The sugar, that's actually awful for you. I think it's like 700 calories when you can make it at home with less than 200.
I gotta do some calorie checking on that because sometimes I do drive through and get myself a parfait.
Yeah, that you do.
Yeah. And also, it is National Catfish Day, which means absolutely nothing to me because I don't fish. Do y'all fish?
You have
Y'all
the
don't
catfish
fish.
pond.
Yeah, we have. Well, yeah, but
With hundreds of catfish.
yeah, but that's not my catfish pond.
Tasty little creatures.
Yeah.
They're bottom dwellers, bottom feeders.
Yeah, they definitely eat the bottom.
The cockroach of the lake.
Ooh,
Do you ever fish, Dana?
I used to in Florida.
Yeah.
You go fishing off the pier and off the rocks, and it's the best fishing. We used to cook them up right there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty
Oh,
cool.
man.
That does sound very nice.
But you boys growing up never wear big fishers.
Well, you know, back in my child days, cast it around a few times.
I
Okay.
can hook a fish myself.
All right, that's pretty cool. And finally, happy National Leon Day. Do any of you know what that is?
No.
Leon Day, you want to take a guess?
If your name is Leon,
Well, see, that's what I thought too. But actually, it's more than that. It is actually, today is the exact moment where we have 6 more months till Christmas.
oh,
Because Leon backwards is Noel. Not
Christmas
ready?
needs to come like every other year.
Oh, I love Christmas. I love the decorations.
It's so stressful.
Yeah.
It's so stressful.
My mom feels like that. Because I guess we always grew up, when I grew up, they always had, 50 to even sometimes close to 100 people over, in the early days to have that whole dinner, and she had to prepare and get the house ready and everything. But for me, I just, do what I can do, make it look pretty and have fun with it.
Yeah, going through the motions.
So y'all aren't ready to start Christmas shopping yet?
I mean,
No, I have no intentions.
there's
I'm
no
still
bad
trying to
time start Christmas
recuperate.
shopping.
Agreed. I agree. So what's on y'all's mind today? What's been going on in the week that has caught your interest?
My mom is moving up here.
Yeah.
And I'm a little stressed.
Forever? From Miami?
Yes.
Forever moving here? Or as far as you know?
Yeah.
Foreseeable future?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good. Yay.
Your hands are shaking.
I mean, it's all good, but it's just stressful.
Think she's
Yeah.
prepared for the good old Georgia winters?
She loves cold weather,
Oh, good for her. She'll be happy.
fine.
but I'll be playing taxi a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
So your mom currently lives with your sister, right?
She lives with my sister in Miami.
Or is your sister moving here too? So is your mom moving in with you?
No, she's got an apartment.
Okay.
She's already got an apartment in Collegedale, which is like right outside of Chattanooga.
Yeah.
And, this is where she lived for 20-something years. And all her little friends are here. And so every time she comes to visit, she's like, it's my fault I think she's moving. Because I'm always like, Mom, you always talking about how you want to move back up here and you never do.
Were you just being nice?
Yeah. No, I'm excited about her. I'm happy she's moving, but it's going to be a lot of stress
Most
too.
definitely. Moving is always stressful.
Yes. And
Well-
she's elderly and
Yeah. Well, there's going to be, and I met your mom once in your salon, and she's a nice lady.
she's hilarious.
She's very funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's crazy.
Well, I know y'all don't feel like that because we've talked about it before when Adam and Aaron eventually want to move to maybe
We are
Miami
moving to Miami.
or maybe, probably not LA, but when you do, you know that me and Steve are going to have a house like really close by that we can come back and go back and forth. And you're cool with that, right?
Yeah, you guys want to move beside us? That's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
totally.
Yeah, for sure.
See,
Hope you
Dana?
enjoyed the
It's all
design
good.
trip.
I'm just thinking, all the driving I'm going to have to do and all that.
Yeah, I know.
All the moving, all the carrying in, the mini boxes.
So what's been in the news this week that has caught any of your attention? Anything in
I
particular?
don't listen to the news anymore.
I do have a question. I am curious about how we just read the news. There was no picture of the ugliest dog.
I know. I sent a picture of the ugliest dog.
I just wanted to
We
So
were
I don't know if it
waiting.
didn't
We
come
were out there
through.
waiting to see the picture.
I was waiting on
Yeah.
the ugly dog.
So
Was
y'all
it your
go.
dog?
My dog, Bonnie Blueberry.
Was it baby?
Bonnie Blueberry's beautiful. No, it wasn't even Baby. Okay, Baby's a little Maltese that we rescued, Steve and I, over a year ago. And she came to a property he owns, and she had a chain that she had chewed through. And she's, Maltese are very small.
Yes.
We didn't even know what she was at first. And she was angry. And she looked like she was this big because her fur was matted that much. We thought she was brown. She's white. And then we just grabbed her up. We were going to clean her up, and then maybe find her a home. And then we found, actually, Adam and Aaron, her back legs were almost cut in half because they had just put her on a chain, and the hair had grown into the leg, and literally there was a cut about that deep in her little legs. And now she still will jump with one leg sometimes, even though she's been obviously cleaned up. So it's amazing. Now, we took her home, and she sat in the corner in the kitchen, and we just left her. And she would growl at us and act like she was going to bite us and things. And we just let her come out when she wanted to. We cleaned her up. Couldn't actually do it ourselves. We took her to the groomer the next day and, did everything. Ended up falling in love with her. She goes from mine and Steve's house to Adam Aaron's house with Lexi. From time to time, she just kind of goes back and forth. And he called her Ugly Dog. It shocks me. But she had a groom about a month ago, and her hair's already grown out on the top. So it's standing up here, like about that high off her head. And then her ears are kind of long. So I told Steve that she looks like Joe Dirt.
Oh.
With that haircut, because it's like, and so he started calling her Baby Dirt. Anyway, but no, Baby is not the ugly dog.
She's so ugly, she's cute.
Yeah.
Just one of those things.
Yeah, I think Lexi counted one day, and she has a total of 7 teeth.
Oh.
So, it is what it is. But she produced some beautiful babies with my Bichon Louie, and now we have Bonnie Blueberry Butler, who is just perfect.
She is. She's so cute.
Yeah, she came in your salon one day after being groomed, didn't she?
Yes,
Yeah.
she's adorable. I love dogs, though.
I do too.
It doesn't matter which one it is.
No, any
All of
dog.
them.
That ugly dog you were talking about, I would love it. I didn't used to love dogs as much until I found Fred. And I found Fred, he was just in a really bad shape.
Oh,
It took
wow.
6 treatments to get rid of hookworms. But he started everything with us because we don't have him anymore. But we have 3 other rescues.
Lola.
Oh my God, Lola, she runs my house. We work hard so that our dogs can live like
Exactly.
kings and queens.
I know.
Now, so the dogs can have
That's
the house
right.
Such
in the
innocent
yard they
creatures,
deserve.
too.
I call Bonnie Baby Boss. And we're out of time. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Lori McDaniel, host of The Local Scene. We've all heard it a million times. There's nothing to do around here. Well, The Local Scene exists to prove that statement wrong. We promote events, festivals, fundraisers, and exciting news about what's going on in Northwest Georgia. If you're looking for something to do, tune in. If you've got an event or something special you want to promote on the air, let us know so you can be a guest on the show. Hey, free publicity doesn't grow on trees, you know. If you'd like to be on The Local Scene, please email WDNN at info@WDNNTV.com with the subject line, The Local Scene, or call us at 706-278-9713. Nothing to do. As if.
Welcome back to Point of View. This is a little bit slightly more serious topic than we were talking about earlier, and that is Mars. Mars is likely the next place in our solar system where humans will travel. While we're still a long way from traveling to the red planet, there are a number of high-powered instruments already hanging out around Mars and on its surface. That means we have a pretty good idea of what to expect once we get there, or do we? A new image captured by NASA's Mars Curiosity rover shows something that at the moment remains unexplained. A bright flash popping up seemingly out of nowhere and with no indication of what may have caused it. The image, which was snapped on June 16th, has quickly taken the internet by storm, but NASA scientists aren't particularly concerned with what it might mean. So guys, who wants to weigh in first? What do y'all think about this whole Mars situation?
I think that it's a great idea, but let's think about this. For us to live on Mars, we're going to have to create a biome which is survivable to humans. What are we going to need? We're going to need oxygen. Let's think how long it takes a tree to grow. We're going to have to plant enough trees to sustain enough oxygen for all of the humans we're going to be moving over there, unless they're going to make those little little SpaceX things. It's cool.
Not only that, we're going to have water. We're going to have to be pulling water from somewhere, even to grow a tree, and we're going to need sunlight.
It's crazy all the factors that are going to go into this, and I don't think it's a possibility within at least the next 15 years. And let me make another critical point. We're trying to go to Mars. We haven't even been back to the moon.
Which is interesting in itself.
Yes, I've read a lot of stories about that.
It's much further, much further away. Why are we trying to plan to go to Mars when we have the moon right next to us?
Well, we're killing this Earth.
We gotta go. We are. Well, reduce, reuse, recycle kind of thing. We gotta live for it, obviously. I just don't see how this is even feasible when we can't even go back to the moon. Why haven't we been back to the moon? There's so many rich minerals, and there's all kinds of good stuff there for us. We haven't been back. If we're capable of going to a place like this, why haven't we done it again?
I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist,
That's exactly what I am. So
but there's no other way to explain it.
Yeah, but like when we went to the moon, they saw things, and there's been plenty of documentation.
Plenty.
You're exactly right.
And I don't know how anyone can deny that there's other than us, right? Well, this picture from Mars, it's fascinating because they caught a light, and it's not the first time they get this a light or structures. There's so many pictures of, and a lot of times NASA, when they catch it, they blur it out. I look at hundreds of these pictures just sitting around sometimes, on my computer. I'm fascinated by this. And why do they blur things out in a picture of Mars or the moon or whatever? There has to be something there for them to blur out.
I think it's because that our government in particular thinks that we can't handle it. And so many other governments or society, Canada, for example, has come out with talking about, yes, we have this information and we're going to share it with you, and they do these whole conferences and things. So I guess that leads to my next question. Do y'all believe that alien life form has visited Earth before?
I do.
When it goes, if you look at any documentation, whether it be Mayan, Incan, Egyptian, all over the world,
thousands of years.
And all these civilizations that were here way before we were, there's tons of documentation.
And documentation is there from the beginning of time. Literally, because in caves in France, they have seen, those drawings that the ancient civilizations, the earlier civilizations have made. There are spacecrafts in those drawings. Not only that, but in I'm not sure if it's in the Vatican or these old paintings. They have what looks like helicopters, and where do they come up with this? There's so much we don't know.
Even in the Vatican, there's 50 miles of documents that the public don't have access to.
Oh my gosh,
you never know.
That would be a dream for me.
Hidden history. It's a mask. It's a facade. I hate to say it, but I do like to. I like to know that.
Learn about 500 languages.
Yeah, that's a fact too.
Well, I need a translator, of course.
Yeah, that's a big must.
there's too much we don't know, and we can't assume, we can't just say we know everything. No one can say that because there's so much we don't know. There's things we can't see that are happening right in front of us. Our light, the spectrum is huge, but we only see a fraction of the spectrum.
Very little fraction of that.
Yes, so we can't even say, oh, I'll believe it when I see it, because there's stuff that's happening right here in this space that we can't see. We can't see microwaves. We can't see, so many light spectrums.
Energy in itself.
Oh my
it's
God,
everywhere.
it's amazing.
Electrons. I mean, it's all over the place.
Which is exciting. And it should make us all so happy that there's still so much more to explore and to investigate and to discover. I don't want to go back. I want to go back and look at history so that we don't repeat it. I want to look forward to new discoveries.
I think that's a great point to make.
Well, circling back around, I would not, given the option, want to go to Mars. I mean, even if they have a habitat or a biodome there, that's not something I would be interested in doing. Would any of you guys?
We're not even 100% self-sustainable here, so
No.
how is that even a possibility? It's not. It's unrealistic.
We have this world that we were gifted, and we were told we have to take care of this world. We've not done that. We're killing it. In the last 100 years that we've got automobiles, power, we're killing it. So why would we're wasting all this natural resources that God has given us.
And it's crazy. It really is. It's absolutely crazy because we have the capability of free energy. We have the capability to power practically everything on the planet with some kind of form of free energy, free-form energy. I mean, it's possible. It's been possible for years.
The sun comes up every day.
Exactly. It really just boils down to the cash flow for some of these one percenters, you know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't make sense to me for any of us to have to pay for electricity. If there's another way to do it, why are we not doing this? Why have we not been doing this when it's been available to us for at least the last 20 years? Maybe, well, actually, probably way more than that.
And power, the electrical grid, is really not that old.
It's not.
How many people still, right today in this world, are living without power, without running water, and they're thriving, and they're surviving.
And they're doing great for themselves.
Yeah, can you imagine if the power went out for us? Half the population would die off.
Yeah.
It's sad that we're so, through all this comfort, we've become so weak.
We have become weak. We've conformed to this norm that I think a bunch of people want us to conform to. I mean, it's like everything they're feeding us, the stuff we're drinking. It's numbing us.
Hold that thought, Adam, because we're out of time, but we'll be right back and we'll continue this conversation.
Georgia Power has lots of tools and resources to help you prepare for a storm. To have information sent directly to your phone, log into your account and sign up for outage alerts. Signing up is easy, just follow the directions. You can also sign up by texting REG to 42797, then hit send. You'll need your Georgia Power account number to continue. Visit georgiapower.com/storm for lots of videos, checklists, and helpful tools and resources to help you get prepared.
Georgia is now a hands-free state. That means you can't have a phone in your hand or supported by your body if you want to talk on your phone while driving. Even with hands-free, text messages, emails, and social media are still against the law. Parking your phone while your car is in drive could save lives, maybe even yours. For more information, go to headsupgeorgia.com.
Cancer. The word strikes fear in all of us. When it comes to skin cancer, though, the prognosis is almost always good. Even with melanoma, when caught in the early stages, the survival rate is over 95%. With basal cell and squamous cell carcinoma, the survival rate is close to 100%. At Dalton Plastic Surgery, we specialize in the treatment of skin cancer. If you've been diagnosed with skin cancer, get a second opinion.
Give us a call. We'll be glad to discuss the options that are available to you.
Oh, the joy and happiness that comes with buying a new home. But there's so much to do already. Go to Georgia811.com. Always go to Georgia811.com or call 811 before you dig. It's not only the smart and safe thing to do, It's the law. Georgia811.com.
Hey, welcome back to Point of View. You know, anybody ever heard that joke about twins, two identical twins who call each other ugly? No? We just had that going on.
I know that
on
I'm
our break.
I know that I'm a twin.
On our break. Yeah, anyway. Okay, we'll move past that because we're all beautiful here on this set. But we were talking a few minutes ago about Mars and aliens and all kinds of conspiratorial type things. So we'll pick back up with that for the time being. And aliens, what's your thoughts on that? Are they real?
Well, I think it's kind of, God didn't just make us.
Why would our Creator stop here? Doesn't make sense to me personally.
I don't know. I don't try to figure our Creator out, but you know, a lot of people believe that if you're a Christian, you can't believe in aliens. I don't know if I do, and I don't know if I don't. I don't know. There's evidence that makes me think that this is really possible, and then other times it's like, nah.
Well, I mean, if you want to get really right down to it, we have found quote unquote alien life many times. You can go, like, if you want to go back to Mars, they found bacteria on Mars. It's alive. That's an alien. So technically, aliens do exist. You're an alien. He's an alien. We're basically just composed of a bunch of stardust, practically. All the minerals in
everything in our body is out
much.
there. We're literally made of star stuff.
And that's really cool, isn't it?
It's amazing.
Yeah. And everything is not in the Bible. The Bible is, I mean, it's a big tool. It's wonderful. It's important. You know, we need, in my opinion, we need to know it. But there's so much more that God didn't tell us.
Well, and two, the Bible, it's not complete.
Absolutely not.
They have taken over the time that the Bible has been translated. I mean, you guys have all played that game where you whisper in somebody's ear and it goes a long line. And by the time it goes to the end, it's a completely different message. Well, imagine the Bible as complicated as those languages were. It has been translated and translated.
Numerous times.
Yes, and not only that, but Constantine, he himself decided to take things out of the Bible. The Book of Thomas is not in the Bible. There's other writings that were removed from the Bible. Why? What's in them? What are we missing? So it's not, even if you read the Bible from cover to cover, you're not getting the whole story.
Never.
So you're saying politics came into play at some
Beyond
point?
that.
Yes.
Beyond
It's
that.
impossible for that not to occur.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to think, what was the guy, I wish I could tell you right now, but I'm losing it in my brain. When somebody very famous actually converted the Bible to English when it was written in English.
Are you talking about King James?
No, I wish I could.
Shakespeare had a hand
King
in it.
James, that's a really neat story. The King James story of how the King James Bible came to be. Look it up, kids. It's really interesting.
Seriously, I mean, you come into these things and it's like certain versions of this biblical knowledge, but you really want to wonder how much of it is how it's supposed to be sometimes.
Well, my thought on that is I would hope that God would inspire whoever was doing this and that he wouldn't let it get too far out of hand.
I do believe that.
Yeah.
Here's the thing is I believe that as well. I do think that when it was written the first time, that God had the whole hand in it. But it's been humanized in a way, and that's an undisputed
And politics
fact.
has gotten into it. I mean, Constantine was very political.
Sure.
And he decided to take things out of the Bible to kind of mold his religious time into what he felt it should have been. He wasn't perfect. He wasn't God, but he decided to play God.
And make a call.
Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of things that were taken out of the Bible, why? Why was it taken out? And that's the thing. I love reading things that, like, for example, the Book of Thomas. Oh, my God. The Book of Thomas was removed from the Bible by Constantine. And it's so interesting. The Book of Thomas was supposed to have been everything Jesus spoke. And there's things in there that are like, whoa, it'll blow your mind.
Literally
Haven't
blow
read it.
somebody who's, I'm not going to say coming in and new to the whole Christianity thing or anything, or like whatever kind of religion you are, but even reading it at all, there's so much that's missing. It's crazy to me. And it's almost like they don't want you to see these things are documented or have been documented at all in the first place, because they don't want you to know how powerful we are as a people. As God's people.
Yeah.
As God's people, yes.
We have kind of doctored up the whole book of, for example, just medicinal plants. They existed way back then. There's no mention of them. Why? Because by the time the Bible made it to the current population, or to try to control people, they were already trying to control people with the medicines. They took away the ability to have your own medicinal plants.
Your own cure.
Cannabis. There's been records of cannabis being found in tombs from back in those times.
Interesting.
Yeah, cannabis seeds has been found. So, needless to say that back in the Bible times, back in those times, they used cannabis. They used all these medicinal plants. They used psychedelics.
They did because it was helping people. These things are medicinal. I believe personally that there's a cure in a plant for every single illness on this planet, because I don't think we would have been put here without the cure.
Why would God create knowing that there was going to be disease? Because God was all knowing. He knew down the road there was going to be, so he created things that we can use, but we've taken those away, and now the pharmaceutical companies are in control of our health. We have to take,
even when it comes to medicinal plants and cannabis itself, the pharmaceutical company had way longer than we had to get into it.
And it's funny because it's like, let's just look into this, let's just look into how numbed we are to these kinds of things. So let me put something into perspective for you. Years and years ago, marijuana there were ads, there were things hating on it. The government was basically trying to say, oh, this is evil, this is bad, oh, you don't do this, oh, this will kill you. Oh. And it's funny because now, oh, cool, well, here, oh, you're sick, oh, well, use this. Oh, you have a super degenerative disc, oh, you have XYZ. Use this, it will help you. So it's funny how you come from completely neglecting something to the people sort of standing up and saying, well, this has helped me do this and this has helped me do that, and all the scientific research proves it. And then it's like you just sort of forget that in the first place that the government said it was so bad.
Isn't it funny how now things are kind of going back in cannabis? The word marijuana to me has such a negative connotation.
It does, and it's crazy.
Yes, because that's what it was called, to give it the negative, connotation, the negative side, which there really is not a negative side to cannabis.
Not to the pure stuff. Now, when people go tampering with it, we're not talking about that.
Yeah, no. Synthetic.
Cannabinoids. That's not.
Yes.
I believe that.
Did you know there's cannabinoids in breast milk?
In breast milk, there's any cannabinoids yet?
I did not, and we'll have to talk about this further in the future because we're running out of time.
Time.
It's always time. But I do want to say, please look at Point of View on Instagram, on Facebook, and tell us what you think about these topics, or what topics you would like to hear on Point of View. Thanks, Aaron, Dana, and Adam for joining us today, and we'll see you again on Thursday.
Know what to do if you're stuck on the railroad crossing? Get out of your vehicle. If a train is not approaching, find the blue and white emergency notification system sign on the traffic signs at the crossing. For help, call the number on the sign and give them the crossing number so they know your location and can alert train traffic. Remember, find the blue and white to save your life.
This message is for all Americans that owe $10,000 or more in back taxes to the IRS. Call the number on your screen now and we will contact the IRS on your behalf, help you end wage garnishments, stop collection calls, remove tax liens, eliminate IRS and state tax penalties, and reduce the amount you owe if you qualify. Let us take the stress of back taxes and the IRS off your shoulders so you can spend time on the important things in your life, like your family or your business. If you owe more than $10,000 in back taxes, call now. Find out how we can help you.
From your first savings account to your first car, from your first home to your first business. At First Bank of Dalton, we're committed to helping you make the most out of life's firsts. We know the importance of working with a community bank where decisions are made right in our office. And with mobile and online banking, you can bank at your convenience and never have to miss a first. First Bank of Dalton, your bank, for life.